is a good man, Savannah. A good man. He's just in a bad situation right now, and he's trying to get out of it.
Girl, can we gossip? Can we gossip? Girl, can we gossip? I've got tea, can we gossip? What's tea, Petty Bunch? Welcome back to another episode of Girl, Can We Gossip with the Petty One. Yes, back for another car chronicle. Because sometimes you just got to be in a car. Sometimes you can't be in the stew. And it is a bright, beautiful day. Let's get into this Jonathan Majors tea. I promise. Every time Jonathan Majors takes 2 steps forward, somebody gonna knock him 12 steps back. So, I know y'all heard the news. Jonathan then tied the knots. And it's all good in Jonathan's hood, okay? So, yes, his girlfriend, then fiance, Megan Good, is now Mrs. Jonathan Majors. So, how y'all feel about that? And let's be honest in these comments. How do y'all feel about Jonathan Majors and Megan Good? Do y'all feel that this is a PR stunt that Todd set up? Do y'all feel that when Jonathan Majors was going through the DV situation with his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, do y'all feel that Megan Good was brought in to Iyanla Van Zant, Coretta Scott King his life? How y'all feel? I'm gonna give y'all a moment to chew on that. Do y'all feel like that? Did y'all catch him on the Breakfast Club? How did y'all feel about him? How do y'all feel about Jonathan Majors? I'm gonna say this. He is a phenomenal, getting tongue tied. Jonathan Majors is a phenomenal ass actor. I don't know if y'all have seen Lovecraft Country, if y'all have seen Creed, if y'all saw Kang, if y'all saw anything with Jonathan Majors in it. Jonathan Majors is going to show up and show the hell out. He is the definition of a thespian. He is an actor from the top of his head to the bottom of his goddamn feet. The man is phenomenal. So he was on the Breakfast Club this morning to just talk about a lot of things, honey. And they did not disappoint. The questions were asked. There was no beating around the bush. They talked about Grace Jabari, did not mention her name. But they talked about the DV. They talked about his new movie, which is out. It is called Magazine. Let me check my notes. I think it's called Magazine Dreams. Let me just make sure. Is it called? Yes, it's called Magazine Dreams. They talked about that. So, Jonathan came on the show, and a lot of people was like, oh my God, he was so happy. He was smiling. He looks relaxed and refreshed. There was this exuberance about him. And I don't know. For me, the jury is still out on how I feel about Jonathan Majors, the person that showed up at the Breakfast Club today. But Jonathan Majors, the actor, he's great. So, of course, they asked him about his Coretta Scott King Good. So they asked him about Megan Good. And so the glow that he had while speaking about her, I'm going to say as a wife, it was like, damn, it kind of, it just made you feel like this man loves his wife. So he talked about how he feels worthy of Megan and how she has just brought out a different side of him. So that's what he talked about. He talked about how she helped him grow and how she lost a lot. Megan Good lost. That's a good ass woman. She lost a lot by being associated with him. Jonathan revealed that she lost brand deals, she lost endorsements. Megan lost some money messing with Jonathan. I ain't saying it's always about the money. Megan play herself roulette with her career by sticking beside her man. Like, again, Jonathan said this woman has lost a lot of brand deals, a lot of endorsements. Uh, Invitations to events were rescinded because they knew that he would be her plus one. So I just gotta, when you think about Megan Good and you think about her career and the longevity that she has had being an actress, being a black actress at that, being a black actress that we the people love. And every time when I hear Megan Good's name, I think about one of my friends who put it out there that he used to love him some Megan Good, and so he would always say, "It's all good, baby, it's all good." So is it all good? Like, I'm wondering, with movie executives like distancing themselves, well, having distanced themselves from Jonathan Majors and him losing out on a lot of things too, I'm wondering, is Megan going to face the same fate? Is she going to face the same fate that Jonathan is facing? Now, mind you, and this is what's so weird about this situation. This woman with this spotless type of personality, of course we could see why why maybe the PR teams got these two together, because she is seen as like one of black America's sweethearts. We look at her, we see demure. We look at her, just we see stable. And then you look at Jonathan Majors with the erraticness that he was facing. And it's kind of like, okay, so in order to get this black man back on track due to the bullshit he's been going through with this white woman, let's pair him up with a black woman who is in good standing, someone who could resuscitate and revitalize his career. Now that Megan has courted him through his darkest hours and time, I feel like his lawyers wanted to paint this picture that, to deflect from the narrative that the state put out against him, saying that this man is violent, he is an abuser, he has put his hands on this woman, things like that. So they're painting this picture to show, by having him aligned with a strong black woman, that Jonathan Majors is very much stable. He is capable of maintaining a healthy relationship, and he is not the monster that the state was trying to picture him to be. Now, with all that happening and the narrative starting to change about Jonathan Majors and him being seen as being stable and being in a committed, healthy relationship on the outside looking in, from looking at these pictures, every time we see them, we see that the public displays of affection are on. So the question is just like, I'm just wondering, is she making the ultimate sacrifice now that his career is slowly starting to, the tides are starting to turn, and people are starting to look at Jonathan Majors again and saying, hey, maybe movie executives are thinking like, okay, he's done the time, he's been ostracized for a minute. Maybe we could start flirting with him again and start putting him back in movies just to see. So now that everything's going well in his favor, does that mean now that Megan is going to start receiving the backlash? Are people going to start distancing themselves from her and having her audition for shoot television roles, movie roles? Is her career going to continue taking a hit for Love? And did y'all see the Sherry Shepherd interview? A lot of people said that it was giving fake, it was giving contrived. Jonathan was pretty much putting on a monologue because let's face it, the man is a hell of a thespian. That man can act his way out of a brown paper bag. I don't care. That's the one thing what we're not going to do is take away from Jonathan Majors' talent. He is very talented. But with that being said, is Megan now going to face the same backlash that Jonathan has? Also, one of the things I noticed while he was talking on the Breakfast Club, like I said, I don't know. There is just something unsettling, in my opinion, about Jonathan not seem emotionally stable, especially after revealing all the things that he had experienced in his childhood. And I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, when you think about men who have an abusive past in their relationships, do leopards do leopards really change their spots? Like, reading the Rolling Stone article where they painted that picture of the conversation that he was having with Grace Jabari and the things that he said, something to the, don't quote me on it, but something to the fact like, you make me like this. Isn't that something that like abusers classically say when their significant other does something to get on their nerves and they try to blame their significant others for them having the outburst and for them committing the abuse? Don't they say shit like that? I don't know. It's just a lot of people are, are saying, well, don't come down on black love. This is black love, this black love, that black love, blackity black black black. I'm all for blackity black black black. Y'all, I don't know. I don't feel like leopards can change their spots. I don't know. There's something in my opinion that is creepy and eerie about this entire relationship. I mean, again, I could be wrong. It's two left shoes. I'm just spouting my, the controversy surrounding this man. Would it be worth some of your bag, some of your coin? I don't know. I mean, let's get into it. So we already know that Jonathan Majors and his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari had a lot of DV going on, and it seems like every time he was trying to redeem himself, something from his past kept just reeling him back in and showing us why, movie executives are being done with him, why he's losing this, why he's losing that. And it's just been, it's been a crazy thing. So they started asking him, about it, like asking him what type of work did you put in? Because y'all already know domestic violence, that ain't shit to play with. Domestic violence in situations can end in death, which is the end all be all, ending someone's life due to, domestic violence. So, that was one of the first things that Charla, asked that, I was listening in. We the people want to know, what type of work did you put in? So he talked about how he went to therapy. He was sentenced to do 52 weeks of domestic violence intervention. So he said he was also in a peer counseling group that he's going to continue sticking with. He said his pastor prayed with him and prayed for him. Darius Daniels is his pastor. So he was just saying that, I'm going to say that this is a culmination of prayer and of counseling. And it's going to continue. This is going to have to be this man's daily walk. Just because you did 52 weeks, my dude, you're going to have to. This is something that you got to wake up with every day. How are you going to put and you utilize these tools that these professionals and that your pastor has given you to use throughout each and every day, throughout each and every situation? Because let's face it, like, marriage is having two polar opposites come together to be one. You are not going to always agree with your spouse. She's not going to always agree with you. There will be times where you will be at odds with your spouse. How are you going to handle those times? Because back in 2022, Grace revealed that you ain't handle those times. Allegedly. You didn't. Hey, Grace alleged that you didn't handle those times the way one would think. You didn't handle those times, allegedly. It was also alleged in this document that Grace had fractured fingers, that y'all got into it one time, that you choked her, that you slammed her on top of the hood of a car, that you put your hand over her mouth when she was trying to scream for help. Just a lot of shit. I hope this relationship is not a publicity stunt. I hope that they are in love. I hope that it works out. But I'm just saying, for me, these red flags are sounding off in my head. I'm just seeing just things that just don't sit right, feel right, or look right. So anyway, y'all comment below. Continue to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I want to thank my 248 subscribers for continuing to rock with me and my content. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Bye. Girl, can we gossip? Can we gossip? Girl, can we gossip? I've got tea, can we gossip?